Oh, yes, good evening. How are we doing? This is trading issues with the guru. There are a lot of issues that are trading, and sometimes it's most difficult to know which of the many trading issues that will draw Nigerians' attention most. So that process of decision making of drawing attention of Nigeria most is always a problem for the guru. For example, we have issues of insecurity. We have issues of queue coming into petrol stations, not because there is scarcity of fuel in Nigeria, no, but because most vehicles or most cars, they want to buy from a particular petrol station because the price is relatively cheaper than even the NNPC petrol stations. So that is why there are queues in some petrol stations. Again, I repeat, not necessarily because there is scarcity of fuel. No. With the Dangote refinery fully obtained, there can be shortage of petrol in Nigeria anymore, to the glory of God. We thank God for that. We thank God for that. It's also a trading issue. This is not the subject we want to discuss today, but let me add something on immediately I mentioned the petrol thing. Towards the ending of this year, 2026, the Bua refinery will come on board. And I think that one has generating capacity, is it 250,000 barrels per day? Refining capacity of about 250,000 barrels per day. By the time we add that to Dangote, scarcity of fuel will be off our map forever. And many more are coming. That's just good news by the wayside. Now, let us pick. Okay, I want to thank all of you that have joined already. By the way, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And I can show you that as from Monday next week, we shall be adding TikTok to it. It means we are making progress. And this progress is a credit to all of you who are my followers, who are always encouraging me to go on. So I think at this point, let me clap for you first. Thank you very much. So let's pick a topic today. Which of the topics shall we pick? Which one shall we drop? Let us start with one that affects every Nigerian life. Oh, by the way, every trading issue in Nigeria affects our lives, except maybe to the limit of our understanding of how it affects our life, that we may be thinking, oh, that one, I have nothing to do with that one. Every issue in Nigeria affects our life. Okay. As I talk to you now, sadly enough, I have been warned by my children in those days that I should not be using the word sadly, but it is sad. The national grid collapsed first time in 2026. the national grid collapsed. Oh, good evening. Oh, good evening to you. Good evening to all of you. Please, let me add this. Drop your comment. We might even be able to discuss it. Drop your comment, please. Do. Drop your comment. Today, the national grid collapsed at about 1 or 2 a.m. I started by using the language, sadly enough. Why this is very, very sad, I will tell you. During the second tenure of President Bola Ahmed, Muhammadu Buhari, the national grid collapsed 12 times. His first tenure, that is 2015 to 2019, I think it was about 4 times or 5 times. Second tenure, it collapsed 12 times. Under the tenure of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I don't think he's managing it well. That is why it has not collapsed, maybe more than just 4 or 5 times. But the last time the national grid collapsed was 29th of December 2025. 29th December 2025 left only 3 days for the year of 2025 to end. So if you pick those 3 days and you now add those 3 days to today, which is 23rd of January, it will become 26 days that has been established between the last time the national grid collapsed and today that it is collapsing. Well, when it collapsed on 29th of December 2025, our engineers, they can be very, very hardworking. They can do everything brilliantly and can go. They don't need to get in touch with the Minister of Power, Adilabu, the grandson of Mr. Pekele Messi from Ibadan, who is running the race of his life now to become the next governor of Oyo State. He may be, he may not, but that's not the concern. The concern is that if Oyo people would think that this man did nothing to promote the interest of electricity supply in Nigeria throughout his tenure, that should be enough for them to take a decision. But I'm not the one to speak to them on which decision they should take. If they like, they vote him in. That is, if he can pass through the primaries of the APC. If they don't like, they should not vote him in. Until yesterday evening, meaning after the last collapse, which was 29th December 2025, till yesterday evening, before most Nigerians go to bed, the total power we have is 4,500 megawatts. I repeat, 4,500 megawatts. Let me break it down a little. The 4,500 megawatts is to meet the need of about 230 million Nigerians. You did not hear me well. Please listen. The 4,500 megawatts of electricity that Nigeria is able to generate or transmit, or whatever way they do it, because here the professionals will come very technically tell you it's a different department. Generation is one thing, transmitting is another thing, and the problem is here. If you go to the generation point, you will see electricity loaded there. Evacuation through the transmission is where the problem is. Okay, so we tell you no, it is evacuated. All these technicalities, all this grammar were lying. Banza Tureshi. Grammar, English will not go anywhere. Because what you need is electricity in your house. It is not all this one. Oh, we generated, oh, it is the transmission, it is the grid, it is this. No. So what I'm saying is that 4,500 megawatts of electricity is what shall be distributed, or what is being distributed to Nigerians. And we've been told conservatively that our population is about 230 million people. Is it a sad thing that the country of this dimension, what they have to meet their electricity consumption is 4,500 megawatts, when our population is 230 million? What is the population of South Africa? Maybe we want to look at it like that. What is the population of South Africa? I'm adjusting my cap so that we can move into the issue. But as of 1:30 a.m. and until we talk now, because I still have it on better great authority, that they have not been able to revive the collapsed grid back to life. So it might still be on the table in a theater, in the hospital theater, while the doctors are dealing with the issue. I don't know which of the doctors now, because it is on that table that the person is being operated to come back to life. It's also almost similar, such table that the doctor of anatomy will come to tear the person into pieces to know what actually killed the person. So as I'm talking to you now, what we have, please listen to this. What we have on ground now for 230 million Nigerians is 24 megawatts. I repeat, is 24 megawatts. I said, let me start with this as trending issue. And I believe that this will touch every Nigerian, even Nigeria that are not alive, that are dead, but the bodies are still in mortuary. This will touch them. They might be crying in mortuary now that this body they put here, maybe the spirit is saying, this body they put here is not shielded. A typical door is buzzing out. That we have 24 megawatt. One of those ones during the days of Muhammadu Buhari, towards the end of his tenure, the national grid collapsed and we were left with 900 megawatts. But the collapse of today, which I'm reporting to you, ladies and gentlemen, left us with 24 megawatts. I cannot see how somebody will compare 24 megawatts to 900 megawatts, because 900 megawatts, what remain to climb into 1,000 megawatts? Let me hold it there. I really don't need to call the Minister of Power to come face some questions. Permit me, and with the authority of all of you, meaning all Nigerians that are discussing with me today, permit me to bring President Bola Ahmed Tinubu into the matter. In one of his campaigns as a candidate of APC, preparing the ground, running around, convincing Nigeria that vote me. If you vote me, you got in the best man for the job. If you vote me, you will not regret it. I think one of those promises, he said, if in 4 years I cannot give you electricity, don't vote for me again when I come back to you. He was sworn in on the 29th of May, 2023. 29th of May, 2024, 1 year. 29th of May, 2025, 2 years. 29th of May, which is 4 months to go now, of 2026 will be 3 years. 3 years, we now collapse from 4,500, which is the best he could give. Like as I keep saying, I would always hold my president responsible because it is him I voted for. Those he appointed to run the government with him, of course, he can't do everything. He has to appoint people. Why those people are responsible to him, he is responsible to us. This is the meaning. This is the understanding of the language. This is what he promised he would do. Into 3 years, we now fell from maximum he could give to us. Because as of yesterday evening, it was 4,500. Look the way we are falling. From 4,500 to 24 megawatts. 24 megawatts. I don't know. I'm not in the electrical world. It's not my discipline. But if you move, which are the smaller states we have? Okay, let us transfer 24 megawatts to Ekiti State. It will not be enough to power the whole of Ekiti State, as small as Ekiti State is. Nor can we say that it will be enough to power Lagos. Not with all these big factories and everything that is here. What are your comments? Don't forget, campaign has started though. Is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu reviewing his promises? Anyway, Nigeria is a country that will be taken for granted by politicians. When the former Lagos State Governor, Babatutu Fashola, was appointed first tenure of Muhammadu Buhari and was overloaded with how many ministries? The campaign that brought him into that appointment, 2014 campaign, Babatutu Fashola made a statement. He said, any government that cannot give the people electricity, no reason of voting that government in. And Babatutu Fashola was there with Muhammadu Buhari until President Muhammadu Buhari, who appointed Fashola, and Fashola helped in killing electricity out of Nigeria. It is still on record that during the last time of Goodluck Jonathan, which APC pushed out, we had electricity peaking at over 7,000 megawatts, which was nothing good to talk about. But right from then till today, electricity had not gone beyond 5,000 megawatts. But they will come on air. They will tell us all types of lies. Sometimes they blackmail us. They will be traveling around the world. They will be signing contracts. They will be dividing and grading band A, band B, band C, band D. I don't know whether there's band F. Of course, I know that the school search result, F is a failure. But what they never told us that there is a special band, which they call bandit. Bandit. because it could have only been bandit that would leave us in total darkness. And that is where we are today. Who will rescue us? I stop. As the first trending issue, I will pick this night. I promised earlier, we are not going to stay for too long. Let me bring a second one. Of course, before bringing the second one, let me tell you, these issues we are discussing now, in my YouTube channel, we shall be posting videos that brings the details one after the other. What is the purpose of all this assignment I am taking on me, plus many other bloggers or many YouTubers? The reason is to remind Nigerians that where do we go from here? Let us talk to our leaders so that they will stop taking us for a ride. And to remind us that the truth remains, your leader is whom you make of him. My presenter in the studio, Lagos Talk 1.3 FM, Oluwakayode Iposu. That's the program he initiated last year. It is called the Nigeria Factor. The meaning of the Nigeria Factor is nothing but when matters arise, please let us be involved. Beyond just abusing. No, abusive words will not bring solution to us. Let us engage the system. Let us engage the perpetrators of the system. Let us engage the prosecutors of the system. Let us engage our politicians. Let us engage ourselves with the hope that ultimately these engagements should be able to give us benefit that posterity will record in our favor. Because as it is today, all of us are almost becoming wasted generation. How come that yesterday would always be better than today? That's not a good prayer point, but that is what is happening. We fell to 4,500 megawatts, and the collapse happened around 1:30 a.m. this night. Okay, last night. Then we came to 24 megawatt to serve 230 million Nigerians. 24 megawatt. The God save us. Let me move shortly, but we shall be very, very brief on that. I think most of us will remember a man called Abdurrashid Meina. Abdurrashid Meina. I don't think we have easily forgotten him. Abdurrashid Meina was at the time chairman of Presidential Task Force on Pension Reforms. The man, he has been jailed, but he has come out of jail term after serving. So as I talk now, you can point to him as ex-convict. He hasn't received presidential pardon. So if you call him the ex-convict, no court of law will send you to prison. Say you defamed his character, no. Abdurrashid Meina was appointed as the chairman to reform the Presidential Task Force on Pension Reforms. Then Abdurrashid Meina went there. Then he saw what he had never dreamed of before. He saw money. What in the Warri Palace will be called Wadodo. as a group worry, I understand the language what do. Then he moved it to it. He dealt with it. That became the earlier era of saying hundreds of billions. Because any public servant that goes to steal 1-2 billion today is stupid. Stupid in quote. Because somebody from Kano the other day in the office Accountant General, how much was he taking? EFCC picked him for 92 billion. Only just one young man. He happened to be a man that I knew very well. And when the matter came into FCC, I went into EFCC to look at him. But by the time that EFCC was finishing investigation, the money had moved to 1 or 2 billion. But I made a statement then in one of my columns. I said, at the end of the day, his portion of that money may not be more than 50 to 60 billion. Because at any given time, somebody had to be a conduit pipe for somebody to receive the water without getting to the source of the water. I am not going to engage myself into that. Abdul Rashid Maina was now big question. First of all, he was summoned to the National Assembly. Brigadier David Mark, anyway, was the president of the National Assembly there, the president of the Senate, chairman of the National Assembly. There was no type of summon that the National Assembly of that time, I think that was the 9th or so, yes, was it 9th or 8th National Assembly, did not issue. There was no declaration being wanted that was not raised. Maina did not appear before the National Assembly. Nor did he go to the police that the police said that we are looking for him because we are investigating something. He did not. Then it came to a day. I'm just giving you the background because we'll not finish the story today. You will have to visit my YouTube channel next week to see the details of the story. There was a day, the president of the Senate, in a joint sitting of the Senate and the House of Representatives, because at any joint sitting, the president of the Senate is already the chairman of the National Assembly. David Mark cried, and he started raining curses on this man and the security agencies. He said, we are calling this man. The man did not come, and the security agencies could not arrest him and bring him to the National Assembly, whereas this man goes about town in Abuja with full fare of security. His security, that is Abdul Rashid Maina, security personnel then included the police, included the army, included the navy, included few members of the Nigerian Air Force, included the DSSS. I think Muso, no. Dara was the Director General of the DSSS then. Then issues started happening. Then within a period, the man left Nigeria. He went to settle down in one of his properties in Dubai, the Emirate, United Arab Emirates, Dubai. You know, the United Arab Emirates is a conglomeration of, shall I say, I hate calling them villages, towns, about 11 in total. Dubai is commercial headquarters. Abu Dhabi is the political headquarters, like Abuja is to Nigeria. Then Sharjah is the workers' headquarters. The man went to settle there. And after looking and looking and looking for him, he did not come. The Goodluck Jonathan administration dismissed him from the civil service. Follow this trajectory. Please follow it. Of course, the weight was too much. What he carted away was too much for only one person to spend. As of that time, his 7-year-old child, when his bank account, the 7-year-old bank account was busted, I am not here to tell you the amount of money made there. Let me pretend forgetting the amount. It will bring sanity to our blood system so that we run away from blood pressure. So this was the position. The man was dismissed and the man was outside Nigeria until President Muhammadu Buhari took over from Goodluck Jonathan. Then when Muhammadu Buhari took over, suddenly there became a contact between Muhammadu Buhari government officials and Maina in Dubai. Let me just reveal a few. I will put the remaining one into my pocket, walk away with them till another day. Then it came to a point, the Attorney General of the Federation, their Minister for Justice, Abubakar Malami, the man that is now in the complex of DSSS for offense, being investigated for terrorism financing and some other things that are being alleged. So if they are being alleged, let me not go into them. Decided to go to Dubai to visit him. Because according to him, being the chief law officer of Nigeria, I'm talking of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, then who was now the man being investigated to do Abubakar Malami. He discussed the matter with Daura, the Director General of the DSS there. Abubakar Malami told friends that he discussed it with the Director General of the DSS so that everyone will know he is going there officially, being the chief law officer of Nigeria. Daura spoke. You know that office. They are not to be heard publicly. Daura was to say that he advised Abubakar Malami that don't go alone. You are going for investigation, you are going for purposes of it. Don't go alone. He recommended to Malami 2 other Nigerians he can go with. And those 2 Nigerians were holding very top offices in Nigeria. He said that so that the matter will be taken as official. I said, because if you go alone, people will doubt what the topic that you discussed. Eventually, Malami, as it was alleged, traveled to Dubai and he met with Maina. Maina was to say, then he made a statement that he was being haunted because of Nigerian money that was to be stolen by some top Nigerians. But he gained access to the money and he had the money in one vault somewhere, either in his village, or it did not come to my village, or a bank in Nigeria, or a bank in New York, or a bank in Dubai. He did not say it. He said he is the only one who can unlock the money because he wants the money to return back to Nigeria. He said this was the reason why lawmakers and every person in Nigeria were fighting him. He said that was the reason he gave. But it was later revealed that when he got to Dubai, he met Maina and they discussed. And Maina was to make a statement that when he was to go, he gave him one piece of paper and told him that, sir, take this piece of paper. This one will unlock some of this Nigerian money for you. And this piece of paper I'm giving to you will release about 1.something trillion of Nigerian money. And I have a lot of them. They are Nigerian, but I don't want any person to steal it. That is why I'm locking it up. And he said, Abba Kamal Lami came back to Nigeria with that piece of paper. How that translated will remain within the fora of allegation. Nobody knew. Let me fast track. Maina came back from, he finished serving his days in prison. He came out. Then yesterday, please let me pick. Just a moment to give me 1 minute because I want to read directly from what happened. Maina from prison now appeared in a ceremony. He appeared in a ceremony. I think it's a ceremony when he was awarded something. He now received an award from the Garki branch of the Nigeria Bar Association. And despite his previous conviction, permit me to read up. Maina was honored with the Rule of Law and Courage Award. Rule of Law and Courage Award by the NBA, meaning Nigeria Bar Association, Garki branch at an event held on Jimmy Carter Street, Asokoro. And in that award, he appeared in that ceremony wearing a muffler, bearing the inscription, Patron, Nigeria Bar Association, Garki branch. Nigeria Bar Association, Garki branch. Gave him an award. Award of what? Permit me to laugh. I can't kill myself because of Nigerian matter, so permit me to laugh. A patron of no other organization but the Nigeria Bar Association. What a shame. What a disgrace. What a peculiar mess that the Ibadan people turn to Pekele Mercy. What a peculiar mess. The Nigeria Bar Association, Garki branch, giving him an award as a sustainer, as this, gather rule of law, blah, blah. That was the place the man made a statement that the former Attorney General of the Federation, Minister for Justice, Abba Kamal Lami, that is being investigated, is extremely very corrupt, that they should carry out the investigation deeper. It is because of this statement he made, and because of this perfidious attitude of the Nigeria Bar Association. I will just be saying Nigeria Bar Association. I will hate to understand that there are branches. That Nigeria Bar Association will welcome this man who is just walking out of prison and award him a custodial award, rule of law. When he mentioned Abba Kamal Lami, I know, yes, it is because of that I went back to narrate how Abba Kamal Lami was to go and meet him, the suggestion that Daura, the then Director General of the DSS, gave to him, and he went, and the piece of paper he gave, and the amount he said that piece of paper will fetch out, how either that piece of paper fetch out the amount 1.something trillion or not, we don't know, because what happened after that, it would be known between him, Maina, and Malami. So if he comes out to tell us that, Malami investigating higher because there are more things to that, we will have every reason to believe. But let me round up this story. This training is enough. Eventually, Buhari brought Maina back to Nigeria from Dubai. What did they do to him? Maina was assistant director in the ministry before he ascended that throne as chairman of social reform. It was on that level, therefore, that he was dismissed from the civil service. Then when Muhammadu Buhari as president brought him back, he was returned back to the ministry. In spite of all the allegations. And what happened? Quietly and silently, all his pension, no, not pension, not pension. He was upgraded. He was now promoted from assistant director to director, then to deputy director to director. And all his salaries and allowances of that time, when he was dismissed, were all paid to him. It was for this reason that one of the Executive Council meeting head, in my YouTube video, I will tell you the date and I will tell you the name of the two. The head of service then quarreled loudly with the Director General of the DSS because the head of service refused to approve a few things that the service signed for MENA. And the Director General of the DSS then was questioning her, what right do you have? We are the investigators, nothing wrong. And the people from the community MENA came from, all came to Abuja with all their big men. I will not mention the names of the big men. They came to the villa to come and thank President Muhammadu Buhari for what he did by restoring our son back. You know, Nigeria, if somebody still say, now our money still not be your money. We have heard that before now, haven't we? This was the man whom the Nigeria Bar Association deemed fit now to honor with this award. Are we really fighting corruption in Nigeria? Are we determined to fight corruption in Nigeria? Buhari said, we fight corruption. If we don't fight corruption, corruption will kill Nigeria. What he did, not by my testimony, by testimony of everyone. Adam Soshomole, Remi, Madam Senator Remi Tinubu, even the Tinubu managers of the economy, all of them have said that Buhari ran this country down. In fact, if it is with only 7 years ways and means of just printing money, the National Assembly then collaborated with him. So Buhari led the National Assembly, led everybody, including the judiciary, to kill Nigeria as against kill corruption, because he said, kill corruption before corruption kill Nigeria. He now killed Nigeria with all the members of the, and now buried Nigeria at an unmarked grave, which I don't know who will go and discover the grave now. But people, personal dramatists of this association are those Nigeria Bar Association and honor it. It is a tragedy. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to appreciate all of you for today. Then Monday is another day. Monday we shall bring more exclusive things trending in Nigeria. You should know. I want to know what the Guru is doing is fortifying you into the battle. May God give us victory. I'm talking of the downtrodden Nigeria, not those at top. I sign out. Bye-bye.